struggling and hard tribal background community called Brahmins. Okay? And if you don't really like my performance, please be hard on me. Please throw potatoes, tomatoes, apple, iPhones. It's fine. I have no issues with that.
I don't have iPhone.
Go ahead. Anything is fine.
It's not worthy. Just leave it.
Doesn't matter. You know, your appreciations and criticisms are always acceptable. Regarding love, few people said something. Can I add a few things before I start my original piece? Yes, loving is painful thrill, and not loving is painful still. Yes, loving is painful thrill, not loving is painful still. But surely it is the worst of pain to love and not being loved back again. So this is a story that I really love. I wrote it when I was around 14, 15. I had to explain apartheid system, slavery system in Africa. So later on, after deciding a lot, I had translated into Hindi also, as I gave the name Azadi. And in English we can say freedom. Okay? So let's start. The year is 1950. South Africa. Hot soil, hot wind, and you, the resident of that country. Who are you? You are Isaiah, a tribal African lady who works in the minds of those white-skinned foreigners. Yes, you work for those people, while other countries around you have already been free, yours is still a slave. And you've heard about people still struggling, still fighting to give its freedom. And one of the person you have heard about is called Nelson Mandela, a prince of a tribal group. The point is, you are afraid sometimes because your husband secretly is a part of the revolution, and you're afraid that he might be caught. But you're not trying to think about all these things today. Not today because it's your husband's birthday. And you're specially preparing a meal for him that he really loves. He'll be coming anytime for lunch hour. Every time in between you go and you check out your small young baby who is hardly a year old, sleeping peacefully. He means the world to you. Just as much as your husband, who also is working the mines. The only difference is that you're working so hard to give all of your own resources, your jewels and gems, gold and diamond, to those foreigners. Had it not been that the misery had stuck, you tribal people are happy. But again, what to do? You have to accept your fate and you're just waiting for the time where you can be with your family and husband. Suddenly there is a knock at the door. You think your husband has come and you're about to go there, but slowly the knocking becomes hard and harsh. It's not knocking, it's banging. And your heart starts beating fast and you are having thousands of thoughts all together. Imagining what has happened. Has he fallen down? Because many a time it happens. The coal mine itself falls down, or the diamond mine. Or something else has happened. They must have beaten him brutally because they don't have any mercy. Or did they come to know about the revolution and captured him? The worst, killed him. Though not today, this evil thought should not come to you today. But the distance between the kitchen and the main door looks like thousands and thousands of miles. Your heart is beating faster and faster every step you take. You finally reach the door, but probably it was too late because somebody knocked open the door and then there was a bang on the head, on your right forehead. There was a small cut, 1 drop of blood. Second, the third drop fell on your toe and you lost your balance as if an earthquake was there. You tried to control yourself, tried to stand on your feet, but before you could do so, somebody slapped you. You tried to still stand and talk to them in the language that only you knew, but they never understood. And they tried to start speaking to you in some language that you hardly knew about. You tried to reason out with one person, trying to approach and reach him, trying to talk to him. But suddenly, he kicked you hard on your stomach and you fell down groaning with pain. You wanted to stand up, you tried to stand up, but then on the same spot where there was a small cut, somebody hit you with the muzzle of the gun. Now there was not drop by drop blood. Your face was completely flooded with red blood. Half of your face red and half the reason of your slavery, black. You were beaten brutally, you could not breathe, you could not stand up, you cried, you shouted, you lost your voice with that. Now you're only breathing on the floor and you could see the dust flowing with every breath you take. Suddenly something happened. One of the officers started searching inside the room and your heart started beating faster and faster, like a train going so fast that it will pierce your chest and come out. Like drums beating so fast that in the end the drums will be torn open. Because you were afraid your baby is sleeping and something might happen to him. You wanted to stand up, you tried all your might, you tried to shout, you could not because you were so thirsty and dry. Still you tried to get all your courage and strength, but then somebody crippled your fingers of the hand, crushed it under his boots. You again cried as much as you could. You started crying and you fell down. Your heart was still beating faster. Bang! Again the front door opened up and closed down. Something happened. Your heartbeat started subsiding. Your fear was lost. You were okay now. You knew everything is fine. You are not worried about anything now. Things are under control. Your baby is never going to be slave. He's not going to suffer slavery. Things are fine now. A change has come. You were born slave. You lived as slave. But you know that your baby is safe from slavery because you have seen him there. The baby is dead. Maybe this is freedom. Isn't it? And I'm sure people would be shocked. Now, before I finish up, can I ask people who are imagining themselves there, probably watching the entire scene? Did anybody feel the blood drop falling somewhere? Or probably felt the pain when the door was open or when the blood started gushing upon the face? How many of you had your heart beating faster when you thought that the baby is being approached? And how many of you had your heart broken when you knew that it was something that you did not anticipate? So maybe I tried my efforts, it was worthwhile. And before ending up, I know everything should be in English, but regarding love again, ना चाहत के अंदाज अलग, ना चाहत के जज्बात अलग, ना चाहत के अंदाज अलग, ना चाहत के जज्बात अलग, ये खेल तो है लकीरों का, तेरे हाथ अलग मेरे हाथ अलग.